Hello. This is Paper Cuts Included coming to you live. Thanks for joining us. Today's going to be a pickup video, but a mini pickup video. I only got two books, but they're two really cool books, and I wanted to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, we are a comic book YouTube channel ran by me and my co-host and our producer, my cat Casey Jones. Me and my co-host are both working artists. You can see our art via our description. You can see our Instagrams with all the art we do. We are working artists in the field trying to become comic book artists, and we just want to talk about comic books. So this is what this channel is about. If you want a channel where you see two nerds talk about comic books, you're in the right place. We not only talk about comic books, we talk about comic book art, artists in general. We give tips and tricks on how to make a comic book, how to be an artist, and stuff like that. So you might be in the right place for that. If you haven't already, my co-host made his very first video on the channel by himself. Not a co-video, but a solo video. It was amazing. One of the great Hernandez brothers and his giant female wrestling book. So check that out. Link in the description. If I can figure out how to do a link in the description. He did a phenomenal job, and I implore everyone to go watch that. Um, this video, however, is a mini episode. I don't think it's going to be that long. Usually our videos are about 20 to 40 minutes long. This one might be a little shorter. It's a miniature pickup. I only got two books. I'll tell you why. This video is coming out the week after Christmas, probably literally a week after Christmas when this was posted. One of the gifts I got from my mother-in-law was a gift card to Barnes & Nobles, so I went and bought some trades. Some great trades, some great finds. Thank you, Jan. I was able to add some great books to my collection. If you hear that scratching noise, that is my pet tortoise. He is digging a new hole in his enclosure. So apologies. And if you hear a bell ringing around, well, that's just our producer Casey, just running around trying to catch all the mice. But let's get into it. One of the first books I bought is a book I can finally say I have in physical, and a book I've studied a lot is an artist. Not just comic book artist, but artist, and that is Understanding the Invisible Art of Comics by Scott McCloud. If you don't own this book and you have any inclination to art, any inclination to comic book art, you have to get this book. This book is a phenomenal tool to everyone, and it's something I will have in my classroom as a teacher. It's a book that it's a great tool to have for making a comic book, understanding comic books, understanding art. It's just a great tool to have. I implore everyone to get it. It's a cheap book. This, I believe, was $15. It's always going to be in print, so add it to your library. When you have people like Neil Gaiman, Art Spiegelman, Alan Moore, and Will Eisner promoting it, all of all those guys, you get, it's a good. I think this is probably one of the top 10 books everyone should have in their collection. Probably in the top 5, maybe even number 1. Like, that's how much you can learn from it. It's a great jumping off point if you want to get into art. It's a great just, even if you've done 10,000 comic book pages, you're a pro at it, but you've never read this book, read it. You'll learn one or two things you don't know. It's a great book. I implore everyone to go out and go get it right now. One of the professors I had in college, my illustration professor, was really proud that I knew what this book was and that, I could quote some things from it. But go get it. I'm sure me and my co-host have learned a tremendous amount, and I'm probably going to reach out to him and put one of his big things he learned from it. You know, Simple things like, you know, learning how to cartoon a face. The levels of different cartooning. You know what I mean? It it's a great book. We're gonna have to do a deeper dive onto it, probably a whole series. There is a tips and tricks playlist, I think, with only one video on it, because it's kind of hard to do tips and tricks. But this book's a definite one for it. So we might review, each lesson. But it's a great book. I can't recommend it more. I think every artist should have it, even if they're not a comic book artist. Have it. It might be called Understanding the Invisible Art of Comics, but I think there's a lot of art forms that can get a lot from this book. Illustrators, graphic designers, there's so many fields I think would benefit from just a $15 purchase at Barnes and Nobles. You know what I mean? So it's tremendous. I'm gonna keep saying that, and if I get some comments of this guy said it was tremendous too much. This is the book that I don't feel bad about saying. I know sometimes I fanboy out a little bit, but didn't mean to bump that. This book, however, deserves all that fanboying. You know, you learn a lot from it, and this is a book I probably reread about every 6 months to a year, because you know you can learn a lot from it. And this one, while we look at it, I'm probably going to highlight a lot of stuff. Beforehand, I only read it digitally or would see just random pages on, print out some pages through Google, but it's great. If you're an art teacher, this is a great book to have on a donor's choose to get in your classroom. It's cheap enough where you can buy a couple copies, and don't worry about it getting trashed. Your students will get a lot from it. So all this in a bag of chips, as they say. Interesting fact though, this was supposed to be a Tundra book before Tundra went kapooey. I believe the first printing was actually a kitchen sink. I think, don't quote me on that. And this one I was checking today is a William Morrow, an imprint of HarperCollins publisher. So, it's gone through a lot of publishers, probably a testament to how useful it is. I don't know the numbers of it, but I'm sure it sells a caboodle's amount every year. Again, recommend this book highly. It's probably, if I had to recommend one book, only one choice, gun to the head, I'd recommend this book. It's going to be your best friend if you've never read it, and if you have read it, comment down below what's some great things you've learned. um, I hope out of all my pickup videos, people see this, buy it, and learn a thing or two, and maybe learn a thing or two from some of those Jeff Darrow books I talked about. But no, that we're going to do a deeper dive on this, so I won't talk about it anymore, but go buy this if you haven't yet. And the other book I got was bumped out again, didn't I? One of the Hellboy trades I didn't have. This being Omnibus Volume 3, The Wild Hunt. I have most of the Hellboy trades. This one I didn't, however, and so it was nice to track that down. I pick up this book literally every time I go to Barnes, hoping they'll do a markdown. They never do markdowns. I wish they would, but before I had a short list of books I wanted to get. This being on that short list. Man, excuse me. However, most of the books I wanted to get were gone already. And what books were those? Peach Momoko's, uh, just one of her big trades I always want to buy, but I don't want to pay full retail for it. As much as I love her art, I'm really picky about new trades, like brand new trades. I'll buy a vintage trade all day, but if it's brand new and it's $40, and that can be, that's a lot of 50-cent books I could buy for that. Another book I wanted to get that I decided not to was Darwin Cook's New Frontier, the deluxe edition. The gift card was only for 50, or not only. It. Thank you, Jan, for gift card. It was 60. The gift card was for 50. And decided not to. Instead, to get Hellboy and the Understanding Comics. If you're new to the channel or just haven't seen it, I love Mike Mignola so much. Mike Mignola created Hellboy, and Mike Mignola is one of my biggest inspirations as an artist. You know, his art's just it. There's probably one of the most iconic art styles of all time. I would, at least to me. Or he did the story in this. The art is by Duncan. Uh, I don't want to mispronounce that, but very Mignola inspired. You know what I mean? But no, it, I don't know why I just lost my train of thought. But Mignola's art style, which this is, it's not. It's a little more smoother than Mignola. Mignola, I think, is a little more rigid, but um, very shadow heavy, very distinct color palette. Blocky characters, got that German expressionism going. You know, it. I modeled my early art career after him, and really wanted to be the next Mike Mignola. I have branched off since then, but Mignola, if it wasn't for Mignola, I wouldn't be doing art. I probably wouldn't have gone to art school. So, I probably will be doing some Hellboy artwork pretty soon, because I've been rereading this as I've, these past few days, and really been enjoying it. So I'm, probably gonna do a Hellboy print. I'm a printmaker also. That is probably the art I do the most. I love printmaking, um, which you can look at my Instagram and buy some of my own art on TeePublic, which all proceeds from that go towards my study abroad trip. I'm going to Japan this summer to study printmaking from some of the masters. So, yay. So, if anyone feels like sending some comic nerd to Japan to study prints and buy some Japanese books, you can see you can get the link to my TeePublic and my Instagram. But I don't implore you to. I'm not going to be one of those YouTube shills who's just please buy my TeePublic, my Bitcoin, my NFT. No, you can go look at it. If you buy some stickers, thank you. It does help a lot. Um, but no, Hellboy is one of my favorite characters. At my parents' house, there's sketchbook after sketchbook after sketchbook of me drawing Hellboy or Mike Mignola drawings. You know, I got my start just copying stuff and then would branch out and trying to figure out that color palette. And, at about freshman year of college, I kind of stopped and, learned. Once I took figure drawing and learned I could draw figures, I started figuring out my own way, and I've kind of come back to Mignola. There's elements of Mignola that will always be in my art, such as the very, shapely characters. A lot of my male figures kind of have this Hellboy mouth kind of feature, which I'm just now realizing. So Mignola does have a lasting impact on me. Um, but no, I'm really glad I get to add this book to the trade. I don't really know how many Hellboy books I still need. I probably have a lot of them. Um, but no, if you haven't checked out Hellboy or checked out Mignola, go check him out. Mignola is a phenomenal artist who's done some phenomenal pieces. He most famously Hellboy, but other great series such as Wolverine and the Jungle Adventure is a great book with some great art. Uh, Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment's probably my second favorite thing besides Hellboy. Probably my favorite Marvel thing he's done. He did Gotham by Gaslight, which I bet a lot of people know, which is Batman versus Jack the Ripper. What else has Mike? He's done a lot of early Marvel work. He did, I think, the first series of Rocket Raccoon, a short 4-issue miniseries that I have a couple issues of. You get to see his art really evolve and progress. When he first started Marvel to Hellboy, he did a phenomenal Alien book called Alien Salvation. If you love Alien, definitely check it out. We're definitely gonna have to get that book for the channel. But yeah, he's a phenomenal artist and a phenomenal guy here. I also recently just watched the new Hellboy movie, The Crooked Man. It's great. Go watch it. I hate that people are saying it's horrible. I really enjoyed it. My wife really enjoyed it, and she usually does enjoy comic book movies, but she really liked it. Definitely check it out. It's out Walmart right now for $12, so you don't have to rent it from Fandango. I think for $20. So I liked it a lot. And yeah, that's the two books I bought. Um, Miniature episode. I don't know if I talked about it yet, but I think this is a really good example to the new format we're going to be doing. What do I mean by that? Beforehand, when we first started this channel, I posted a video every weekday, like long videos, like 40 minutes, about 20 to 40 minutes, mostly 40 though, for 3-4 months straight, never skipping a day. I was in summer break for most of that. I'm in college, so I got out in early May, so I had a lot of summer to work with, and I just got burnt out really fast and really bad. Um, it was really hard to get back into comics a little bit in general because I worked really hard on those videos day in day out, and it just got a lot. So I think what we're going to do now, at least for me, um, is there's always going to be a video every Friday. That's going to be our big video. And then if I have time, you know, there are going to be videos on Wednesdays for, so always a video on Friday and potentially on Wednesday. So it'll be a little treat if it comes out on Wednesday, like this one. Also, it'll be a little treat if my co-host does videos like the phenomenal he did that came out the Monday that this video comes out. It was a really good video. So like that, like I said, a video every Friday. And if there's more videos during the week, there's more videos during the week. I believe that's going to help me keep from getting burnt out, and also allow us to do more research on the things we're doing and put out better videos instead of just pumping them out video after video, you know. But no, there was the miniature pickup video. Thanks for watching. If you've made it to the end of this, thank you. It really helps us out. It really helps us out when people make it to the end. It boosts the algorithm. It gets these videos out to more and more people. Thanks for everyone from Reddit. I know I post on Reddit like crazy for these. Thanks to all of my long-term subscribers who've been watching this. You know, even if you just watch a minute every video, that helps us out. We are, chugging along, trying to get up to 100 subscribers. I believe we can do it. I'm not going to set arbitrary goals like I did last time, but thanks again for watching. Um, there will be a Friday video, and I'll give you a hint. He is a phenomenal figure artist and Art Nouveau, which I'm going to have to compare him to. Um, Here's a flash of part of the pickup, if you can guess what artist. It's all about this artist, if you can guess who it is. If you guessed it, put it down below, and you get a cookie if you guess it right. But thanks for watching. This is Paper Cuts Included, telling you to make more art.